meet you.
I'm Trina.
Hi, my name is June.
My name is Christine, and I am 35 years old, and I have one daughter.
And I'm 32, I have one son.
Turning 32, and I have one.
My name is Mayumi Hori. I have two strapping young lads.
I am 32 years old. I have two kids.
So I knew that it actually was out there.
Well, I didn't know what postpartum depression was.
No information. I wish somebody did because I have tons of friends with kids.
The lifestyle I had before the baby, it's like, and now it's like black and white.
And I had actually planned to never have kids. So this just like threw my whole world upside down.
I did start to face the reality of how life was changing even while she was, you know, inside my stomach.
Talking with my friends who actually had they were diagnosed by doctors. And listening to them talk, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, I have the same.
I did compare a lot. My first one, he was born, and instantly I looked at him and I was like, you're my heart. I remember thinking, how am I gonna love this baby when I already gave my whole heart to my firstborn?
Crying, and I was just like saying thank you so much, this is so beautiful, and I didn't want to have a child. Everything is right. And then after that, everything in my body, or just all of my emotions and thoughts, just shut down.
The day that it really became clear to me that I was emotionally severely overwhelmed was a day that I could not get her to sleep.
Both my kids were screaming, and I'm trying to pump my tire, but I have the baby in the carrier, and I'm like bending over, and they're crying, and then a stranger came up to me, and he's like, hey, let me pump your tires for you, let me help you. And I burst into tears, and I was like, okay, I need help.
I was exhausted, and he woke up one night crying, and he woke up my 2-year-old, so they were both crying, and I was so mad at him. It was a lot of small moments like that, or like just him being here is taking away time from one I want to be with.
Yeah. He bit me so hard, and I know it wasn't on purpose, but like my vision turned white, and all I felt was just pure rage. Slapped him so hard. Like it was so hard he didn't even cry. He was just in shock. In that moment, I just like, everything shattered. It's like, oh my God, this is so bad. I am in such a bad place. I can't even control myself.
I just remember feeling so angry and so frustrated, and then feeling guilty that I was angry with her.
And right now I can see these changes going through my life. Like I have these bursts of like yelling, and I'm like, where did this come from? I don't yell. And I get so mad, like all of a sudden, like this crazy madness.
And my brain just wouldn't stop moving. And that was kind of the moment that I was like, I had postpartum depression.
I'm not a depressive person. I did feel, or how it did manifest itself, was a lot of anxiety, anger, a lot of frustration, desperation.
I don't want to leave the house. And what I'm afraid is people judging me, like, oh my God, your kid is like crying here. Like
Recently, when that kind of clicked with me, it was like I finally felt some relief, like I could finally say it out loud. And I didn't feel ashamed about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel nervous, I didn't feel scared, and that was when there was just this weird sense of clarity.
I see now why relationships after having a baby, like marriages break. Like I can see that happening.
I didn't understand what was going on with me, and my husband didn't understand at all either. And so he would come home from work and be like, what's wrong with you? Like, I work so hard all day to give you this home and, you know, to take care of you. And I come back and you're always miserable and depressed.
I had days where I couldn't, like my husband was like, are you drunk? And I was like, I haven't drank, but I feel like I'm drunk. Like I could see like things were moving already.
My youngest son, he's autistic. I would be like, why is he like this? Why does he do that? Why do I feel this way? And then like autism, boom. Somehow my postpartum depression, I feel like carried on to the guilt from that, carried on to the time when he was diagnosed with autism.
I loved him because I had that one moment, but for 5 months after that, I couldn't feel anything. I was dead inside.
I don't know how else to say it. I felt like I didn't love him because of his disability. You can't say it out loud to anyone, like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I think it just was hard for me to believe that I could have this like perfect little person that was so amazing, and she brought so much into my life, and that I could feel so unhappy And even still today,
Yeah.
2.5 years later, when I think about that time, it's so hard for me to look back on that and not feel a sense of guilt.
If I had to do it again, I would have asked for help.
Using my voice, or at least using some form of expression, was helping me not only connect with other people, but it was also the ability to say things that people do struggle with.
Yeah.
And I think that it is a difficult thing to be that direct and honest and vocal.
And that's what got me through, just being able to not feel guilty about being loved or being supported.
I really resisted help. It was like, I can do this, I can do this. My ego, my pride, whatever. Once that wall comes down, you can really get help.
There was nothing wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you any less of a mother. It doesn't make your heart any smaller.
I had a friend who was into essential oils. Utilizing that has really helped me get through.
But yeah, I told my husband I need help.
It's not just me having to forgive myself for how I was feeling, but I have to forgive myself for what I put him through.
It was definitely the last year of finding my voice again and not fearing the judgment of being honest about how hard this journey really is.
That's what I would tell all the women, like if you feel like something's happening, something that you can't explain, just talk to someone.
Yeah.
So easy to see the negative things in your life, you know, and like, oh my God, be overwhelmed. Just try and focus on the positive things every once in a while, because that's been really helpful for me, you know?
When you're going through it, you don't realize that so many people are offering you help, but you've just gotten stuck in some narrative of like, I can handle this, and that's what's choking you. I would just say thank you and accept it, because that's the secret, it really is.
Take all the help you can get.
Yeah.
Don't be like me that I'm like, oh, I have to do everything by myself. Take all the help and talk to your husband.
And just be kind to yourself. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt.
If you're going through it right now, I would say just ask for help, accept help.
And it gets better. It gets so much better.
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I love you too. I'm so grateful for you.
If I didn't meet you, I don't know how I would have been able to find that expression again.
I'm glad I got to get it out.